Thank you for being with us here on CBS News Chicago. I'm Marie Saavedra, and we are bringing you yet another interview with some of the aldermanic candidates ahead of the April 4th runoff election in the city of Chicago. Joining us now is Angela Clay, who is running to be alderman in the 46th Ward. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'd like to start by asking why you want to be alderman.
Yeah, so this is a dream come true, honestly. I am running in the ward that raised me. My family has lived here for over 80 years. It's been in my blood since a teenager. I've been organizing since I was 14 years old on behalf and with neighbors from all walks of life. And I really wanted to make sure that we had a leader who embodied this community, who had a love for bringing so many voices together to make positive change and making history together. This is going to be the first time that the 46th Ward has a person of color to represent it in this seat, and I'm honored to be carrying that torch.
What would you say is the #1 issue within the 46th Ward right now, and what is your solution?
Yeah, so there I would say would be two. The first one is public safety. As a community, we must think of ways that keep us safe, and they include making sure that we have relationships with our police officers, that we are investing in our young people, that we are getting to know our police officers through these new ECPS positions as well. We also have to look at what treatment are we giving our neighbors in the care of mental health, in the form of education, in the form of housing. And I think that would be the second top priority is housing. We are in a very pivotal moment where our community is relying on us to step up because a lot of our neighbors are being pushed out because they can't afford to live here, whether that's due to rising rents or their property taxes are just skyrocketing through the roof. It's playing a major role in the makeup of our community and the diversity as well. So I would definitely say public safety and housing affordability.
Voters ousted the incumbent mayor. There's going to be an unprecedented number of new aldermen on this city council. Should you join that crew and be elected, how does that newness shape your perspective on the job?
Yeah, I think that newness is coming in with being beholden to the community that got me here and understanding that we as a community should know what's going on in city council so that we can bring it back and work with each other to find solutions as well. So I've already built some great relationships with current alder people in there, like our alder person to the west, Matt Martin, Rosanna Rodriguez, Maria Haddon, just to name a few, because they are in this position and they know what it's like to be an older person coming in with their community. And I want to make sure that I'm following in their footsteps.
Angela Clay, candidate for alderman in the 46th Ward. Thank you for being with us and for your time.
Thank you.
Joining us now is the other candidate for alderman in the 46th Ward, Kim Walz. Kim, thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Why do you want to be alderman?
So I was raised by a nurse and a teacher, and I was taught that when something's broken, you don't complain about it, you actually fix it. And I want to work with the neighborhoods in our community to bring about change. People in our community don't feel safe anymore, and we need to work to make sure we're not only dealing with long-term solutions to public safety, such as violence prevention and investing in communities, but we have to deal with the short-term public safety crisis. And that means we have to fill vacant positions in the police department and get police back out in the street having connections with our neighborhood.
You likely just touched on this in that answer, but what would you say is the #1 issue in the 46th Ward, and what are your solutions?
So I am knocking on doors. I am talking to neighbors on the street. I'm in grocery stores and in lobbies. And it's the same thing repeatedly. People don't feel as safe walking to the grocery store at noon on a Saturday anymore. I have a 6-month-old daughter, and I want to feel safe walking around the neighborhood with her. And we have to deal with the long-term prevention, but we also have to look at the short-term solutions. And I'm the only candidate in my race who's talking about filling the vacant positions in the police department, and that's crucial. I had a conversation with a father the other day at a meet and greet, and he told me his 13-year-old daughter had been sexually assaulted the year prior on the lakefront. And he caught the guy who was assaulting his daughter and held him down for an hour until the police were able to arrive. That's completely unacceptable. If we defund the police or disinvest in the police, as my opponent's been talking about, that response team is even going to get longer, and we're going to get fundamentally less safe in this city.
Voters ousted the incumbent mayor. There's going to be a slew of new aldermen that could include you should you be elected. How does that newness, those new faces at City Hall shape the way that you're looking at this job?
I'm looking to bring independence to the city council. For decades, the city council has been a rubber stamp for the mayor of Chicago, and I'm excited about having new faces come to the city council and actually changing that. I worked for now Congressman Mike Quigley for 10 years, and our 8 years together on the Cook County Board, we worked to launch the reform movement in Cook County government, shed a light on inefficiencies and corruption in government, and I'm looking forward to doing the same thing at the city. We need an independent city council.
Kim Walz running for alderman in the 46th Ward. Kim, thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And be sure to stay with us here on CBS News Chicago for continuing interviews with the candidates ahead of the April 4th municipal runoff election.